Good morning. Welcome to another sunny day and part 3 of my barbecue shack stroke outdoor kitchen build. It's Saturday, got the weekend off, so I've got a couple of days now to really try and make some progress. Kind of got this first half built, so this will be like the dining area bit. Obviously lots of finishing touches to do and all that kind of thing, but main structure is up, which I'm really pleased about. The sun's out, Maggie's out somewhere already, wanting me to throw everything, so we'll have another day of throwing constantly. Thought we'd tired her out, but she seems to have rested now, so anyway, we'll get to it. I'll explain a little bit about how I've built the frame, what design I've gone for, what wood I've used, how I've secured everything, because I know the first 2 videos not really told you much about the actual construction, so I'll show you what I've done. Don't know if it's right, don't know if it's wrong. It seems pretty solid, so I'm happy, and it looks quite nice. So what we're going to do today is get the last 2 posts in over there and there, and hopefully get the pergola, or other than the walls, hopefully should be done today. And you never know, with the wind behind us, might even get started on a bit of block work for the counters, so we'll see how we go. Cows are mooing at me. Shrew's been giving them treats, so now they're just mooing. Okay, quick sit rep. We've got a fifth post in there, right there. No, not there. So show you what we've done. Dug a hole approximately 600 deep. Not the easiest dig in the world with all the amount of rubble that's in it, but it's dug. Then what I've done to try and get the height right is put on the next cross beam across there, stuck the spirit level on the top, and then when it was level, screwed it into the post. The post's obviously loose at the minute, but doing it that way, it means I can lift and lower the post till the cross is perfectly level. And then we're going to whack this in the hoil. Handsome fast set post fix. Literally the easiest thing in the world. You wet your hole with the hose. Well, it says 2 litres of water, but I used more than that last time. So dampen the hole down, pour this in dry, bit more water, tamp it down with a stick, gets all the air bubbles out, which stops it cracking. Job's a good one. Sets in under 3 minutes. Setting in under 3 minutes could be seen as a good thing, but where I'm involved, the amount of errors that occur, it's not a great thing, because once it's in, it's in. So next job, we're going to fill that one in, and then we'll be digging a hole down there for our last post. Yeah then. This is all she wants to do all day. Doesn't stop. I get about 30 seconds between her dropping it and her barking at me to throw it. So it's coming on nicely now. As I say, that side is done. Got the outer frame up on this side. Just need to put that at the top there, and then obviously my joists are going to rest on that one And this one, Maggie's still going. And Cherie has just brought out the best looking breakfast ever. Oh, look at that. Come on. Right then, so the main kind of structure is done. It's up, which is good. Just spent the last hour inside drawing what I want the kitchen to look like, because to this point I've done no plans whatsoever, which is probably a little bit silly, but it's how I roll. So as you can see, main structure is up. This end, again, this end to the middle posts will remain open. The back end, that section there is going to be enclosed. That back section there is going to be enclosed, and the roof will be enclosed as well. So my next job is to start laying the blocks for the kitchen. And the kitchen is going to run, so we're going to have worktop run all the way down there, across the back, and then a bar worktop run up this side. So there'll be a 1.1 metre gap in the middle to obviously walk around in. The Braai is quite big, so the Braai is going to go in the middle of this gap here. It's 1300 wide. In that corner between the Braai and the end unit, we'll have the electric hob, a couple of rings on, so we can use that to make sauces and boil stuff up and whatnot. In the centre over there, we're going to have our tap and sink, and then on this return it'll be complete worktop on top, and then underneath we'll have the drinks fridge towards this end, the food fridge towards that end, and obviously the middle will be open. Now, one of the dilemmas I've been having is this area here, because obviously it's a fair bit lower. It's whacked hardcore, so it's stable, it's not going anywhere. And I didn't know whether to just start my block work on there and bring it through onto the concrete, and then obviously this side it's going to come here somewhere. But what I've decided, since I've got these slabs that I'm not using for anything and I'm going to need to get rid of them, rather than starting my blocks on the floor and then decking inside, because I was worried that if I do that, the blocks are on the floor, I don't want moisture to come up and make them unstable. So I'm going to lay like a mini patio there, if you like, using these slabs. I'm going to lay them on blobs of cement, and then I'm hoping what that will do is two things. One, it will give me more of a level to build off, which should be easier, but also it will mean my blocks are laid on top of them, not on top of that, allowing for moisture to go underneath rather than come up my blocks. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's what I'm going to do, which I'm not looking forward to because they are heavy, real beasts. So yeah, next job, it's nearly 1 o'clock now, dragging my feet for the last hour or so. So next job, I'm going to try and get these slabs down, and then that'll give us a nice foundation to build off. Still going. Okay, so that is the end of my third full day. Is it the third full day? I think so. Or second full day. Yeah, second full day. And I'll be honest, I'd hope to get a bit more done, but we've done all right. It's taking shape now, kind of. I'll show you what we've achieved today. So we started the block work. Got one rowing. I am not good at block work, but it will be fine. I'm no good at joining either, and this has managed to go up, so I'm sure it will work out. So the blue pipe there. Now that these blocks are in, you kind of get a feel for what we're actually going to have. So this obviously is going to come up, worktop on the top, right across there and down here. Stop being Mardy. So on this end, we're going to have a little cupboard, pots and pans or whatever. Here, where this lintel is, obviously it's going to come up to the right height, and underneath there will be the log store with the Braai on top. So the Braai is 1300 wide. It's a bit of a beast. Corner is just dead space, so I'm just blocking that. And then in the middle of here is where we'll have the sink. So it's a nice Belfast sink and a nice tap with its own water heater, so I can bring just cold water in and get more or less, I think it's 98 degrees it gets to straight out the tap. Obviously power will come down from the shed, and then on this return here is where we'll have the bar stools the other side. You are Mardy. So yeah, using these offcuts, I'm gonna, obviously they'll go to the top, all the way across there, all the way from there down to there, to give me my internal wall. Give my internal wall. I think that'll look quite nice, just across there. Will you stop? I'm not doing it. We're going in now. So that's what I've done today. Reasonably pleased. I'd have liked to have got more blocks in, but to be fair, but I've laid slabs because I had to bring that ground up. And my dilemma was, if I put the blocks straight onto the hardcore, any water that ran under the gravel was just going to get stuck by the blocks. So at least now I've lifted the blocks off the floor, and I'm hoping the water will kind of just run away between the slabs. It drains well anyway, so I'm not too worried about that, but I didn't want to be putting damp courses in and all that kind of malarkey, because I don't really know what one is. But I think it's going to work. So far, so good. Didn't fall down last night. Obviously the roof and the walls to go on. Lots of trimming up to do. Don't know if I'm going to put like a fancy angle on these to make them look a bit more decorative, or box it in and put some lights in. I don't know, lots of decisions to make. But as you know, the project is one that is evolving and decisions are being made as we go, not beforehand. Planning is a terrible idea, because if you plan it and it doesn't look like the plan, you've failed. Whereas if you don't plan it and you just wing it, you can say that's how you wanted it all along. So we'll catch you on the next one.